So in this video, you are going to be learning things like, look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is continuing to drop down. We've got also the Russell. The Russell is continuing to sell off. This is exactly what I've been talking about here. The mining stocks, it's actually starting to look a bit weaker than I was seeing over the last few days. We're looking at gold. Look at this here. Gold is actually squeezing up into potential massive triangle pattern. I'm also going to be talking to you about my #1 type of trading setup that I look for every single day. I'm going to walk you through all these diagrams as well too. Also, if you got stuck in this particular stock here right now, I hope you didn't get stuck in this here. I'm going to talk to you about the one indicator that was saying that this was likely to be a false move to the upside, and we're actually likely to see a move on the downside. Also, what I'm going to be talking to you about is the actual, this one here, which is 7 doubles to 6 figures, are trading times that I'm doing. I'm going to talk to you about the plan, the setups, and everything I'm going to be doing to get into this. I've got so much to go through, so let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders, a lot to go through, so let's get straight into it. Before I do start, guys, if you haven't done so yet, on that free trading course, I'm giving away my free breakthrough mastering the markets trading course. I've just literally put this PDF in the free course that you get. It's about the top 13 mistakes that you are making right now. And as you can see, I talk about the mistake it is, and also how to overcome the mistake as well too. Not being impatient, how to overcome it. Not paper trading, not having a trading style fit your ideal lifestyle, not understanding the 3 management areas, setting goals too high, not being flexible in markets. There's so much more here. So that first thing in the description there, guys, make sure you grab access to the trading course. If you've already got access to the trading course, make sure you go get in that course. I've actually put this PDF in there as well too. So let's have a look at what's going on in the markets today. And the weakness has continued. The weakness has continued. So looking at all of this here, if we check out the good old, something that I've been really talking about a lot, especially over the Christmas break, leading into the new year and where we are today, something really massive that I was telling you guys. And I hope you can see how these techniques are really simple, but they're powerful, effective, and they make you such a much better trader. Because even though you may not take a trade, sometimes, a lot of the times, it's just having a warning sign not to take a trade in these markets, right? So it's, oh, there's a warning sign, warning sign, warning sign. Right, so I was giving a lot of warning signs about one simple moving average. And see, a lot of the times, traders, we can use indicators such as stochastics, RSIs, MACDs, but that's just too complicated, right? I've been trading the markets now for 20 years, right? 20 years I've been trading the markets. And the one thing I really have learned is that the 80-20 rule, okay, the 80-20 rule. Being professional in the market is all about just applying those simple 20% that really make a big difference. And one of those big differences is when we get too far away from the 52 moving average. Now, it's not a special number. You could use a 50 moving average. You want to use a 60 moving average, right? The number's irrelevant, right? And what is the most important thing is that when you squeeze your charts up and you look at all these markets, you'll notice a few things, okay? And this is where, when you start to combine all this sort of stuff in your own trading, you start to stack the odds on your side of having a successful trade. That's what trading is all about, right? I want you to have an amazing trading 2024. And so part of it is knowing how the markets work and how to apply some simple indicators to apply with that. But then also, it's stopping you from getting into times when it's not going to be a good trade. There's a probability, massive probability against you. One of those things that I've been talking about for the last few weeks has been whenever we get too far away, right? Whenever we get too far away from the 52, we don't know exactly when this point here is going to be, but guess what? It's coming. Right? And now look what's happening. We're getting weakness into the start of the year. We did see this weakness coming. And so you can see here that even when the market is starting to trend, we get too far away from the 52, we're getting overbought and oversold levels. Oversold, overbought, 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 right? We get too far away. That's obviously the Russell here. I also talked about yesterday as well too, but looking at this level here, I talked about this being a false breakout, right? So on the Russell, look at this here. I talked about, hey traders, this is a false breakout pattern, but the false breakout pattern is probably going to be a false breakout followed by, it's just, the false breakout is just following the trend analysis, okay? So two things here, traders, over the last few weeks I've been talking about is one, it's too far away from the 52. So we're too far stretched and we need to come back into equilibrium. And secondly, when you get too far away, that's the first indicator. And secondly, we know the market goes up for a bit and then we end up getting a bit of a pullback for a while. We go up for a bit and we may go sideways and then we continue up. By the way, traders, for me personally, I love my upside down L-shaped patterns. Upside down L-shaped patterns. Oh, by the way, traders, let me know what you think in the comment section below, what you think is coming to, or what's coming for the actual stock market itself. Because the reason why I'm saying that is that if I just share something with you on my community tab, look at this here, my community tab. This is my, so if you go to my community tab at the screen through here, or if you haven't done so yet, guys, that's obviously what you get in the free trading course. Look at this here, right? Look at this here. We have 216 votes. I said, traders, what's next for the actual stock market for this year? By the way, you can grab your free membership at this free trading course I'm giving away. Just go get the help, guys. I promise you, right? Especially in that trading course, it really is everything you need. And especially after that, when you get free access to the trading course, guys, the first thing you actually get is actually a link to a training of where I teach you all the strategy. I teach you my number one trading strategy I look for in the markets every day. Anyway, as you can see through, look at this here. So we're talking about out of 216 votes, 67%. Right, 67% said that we're doing that, right? So 67% of 67% of 216, whatever that works out to be, right? What does that work out to be? How many votes is that? Let's actually do this. I'm doing this on the fly here. So I'm using my calculator now. So we're talking about 67%. Which is like what? What's that? What's that there? What's that? Is that, how do you do this here, right? So we're talking about, what's that? So 0.67, is that right? 67% of 216. What's that? 216. I know how to do it on my phone anyway. So that's 144. So 144 people out of 216 said recession coming, stock market crash. Guys, leave a comment in the comment section below. What do you think is coming this year? What do you think is coming this year? Do you think that we're now getting towards the top and we're going to see a big crash with the recession that's coming? As you can see through here, what do we got through here? So we've got one comment through here. So just watch the 10-year minus the 2-year. The 2-year drops below, the 10-year recession will hit, and this will be one big hit for the markets. So guys, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. I actually think, and this is actually interesting, traders, one of the beautiful things about doing this here is that I believe most people who do these votes are actually wrong. So if I ever do these polls through, if I ever do a poll like this, and the poll simply says most people do this, right? Most people think I'm nuts. Then we're probably going to see a big crash. And let me actually explain what I mean through here. So if I scroll down through here, there's actually been a few things for here. So look at this here, guys. Look at this here. So this was 7 months ago. 7 months ago, this was, traders, this is the Nasdaq 4-hour chart. We can see it's been making high lows. If we do hold here, we're going to break past previous peaks. Look at this here. This was 7 months ago. All right. So anyway, so if I look at this here, and this is why I love doing this, like this is very, very, very similar to what's happening right now, right? So I said, 8 months ago, I said, traders, what's next for the stock market, S&P or Dow? And this is where traders, like, as you can see, 317 votes. Out of this one here, we had 66% of people said that we are likely to get a big crash in the markets, right? We're about to see a real big crash in the markets. What happened to the markets? Now, this is where traders, this is where it's so hard for the individual, right? This is where it's so hard for the individual to get ahead, because if they're just following, right? If they're just following what the herd is doing, guess what? The herd's always wrong. So what does that mean for now, right? What does that mean for now? I guess that means we're going up, right? Well, I don't believe we're going up straight away. I believe what's happening right now as we speak, right? Right now as we speak, we're getting what? This so that there is an overall pattern, or that poll there's an overall, right? So they think overall the market's going to go down. I actually personally think that right now, looking at the markets now from a technical point of view, is that we've actually gone up. Remember, trend analysis is all about what? Higher highs and higher lows. We're too far away from the 52. That means we're overstretched. But this is just a too overstretched. Just come back a bit, which what I've been talking about for the last few weeks. You guys know that. You've been hearing me talk about this. It's been a real big thing about my trainings for the last couple of weeks, just really getting you guys to help you understand there. And then we could possibly do something like that, and then we start to go do something like that. This is what I'm expecting, right? And then when we have the election this year, bam, 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 things start to happen, and you really, really, really start to take control. So this pullback here, guys, guess what? Hasn't been a surprise, right? Because we've been talking about this, especially been following me for the last few weeks. So looking at the Nasdaq as well too. Nasdaq weakness continues. Why? Because it's just too far away from the 52. And once again, traders, when the market goes, remember and this is where traders, as you can see, for me as your coach, right? And especially with my private clients every day, I'm teaching them these really simple things. What is a simple thing? If the market goes up for quite some time, that means we've just used a lot of energy, and there's going to come a period of time where we're either going to go pullback or we're just going to go sideways for a bit just to refuel, just to get going again. And so that's all that's happening right now. It's actually, when you start to understand the markets a lot more, no matter what market you're looking at, it's like, oh, well, I'm probably getting in the wrong time right now. I'm probably getting it, okay, well, it's too far away from the 52. We're probably we can keep going up, but there's probably a 90% probability we're going to get the pullback soon. So why would I get in now? You know what I mean? That's where traders, for me personally, whenever I'm trading the markets, I personally love myself. I personally love trading the markets when we actually get close to the 52. So these are all the different trade examples that I've actually done. And again, guys, if you want to actually learn the details step by step with my training system, go get access to that free trading course. And the very first thing you're going to get is access to a training where I walk you through all the details to my trading system. And the purpose of me saying that is that I'm going to bring up this slide through here. So this is a slide through here of all the different types of trades that I do. But the number one thing you see here is of the different types of trades I do. Guess what? I'm always waiting for a pullback to the 52. Pull back to the 52, pull back to the 52, pull back to the 52, pull back. See what I'm doing through here? Pull back, because when we get the pullback first, guess what? That means we've actually had the pullback. Now we're getting ready to have the next move, right? As a trader in these markets, it's important that we just use these things to increase our probability. And as you can see, all it is what? One indicator, which is just a 52 moving average on the charts. And if we get too far away, we're overbought. If we come back to it, then we now had a nice good reset phase, and we're likely to keep going from there. Make sense? So that's what we're seeing through there when it comes to that there. We also, now what I want to talk to you about is I help you identify something that I use. This is sort of long-term momentum with the 52. One thing I want to bring your attention to now is what's called the 9 moving average, right? The 9 moving average. This is something I use for my exits when I'm getting into trades. Again, so for me personally, guys, it's identifying really high quality setups and then using the 9 to help me stay in those trades for maximum profits, right? So the thing that we see through here is that you'll notice a lot of the times whenever we start to get below, whenever we have a move and we start to get below the 50, below the 9, we start to get that sort of stalling period. So if I have a look at the Dow Jones right now, look what's happened to the Dow Jones, right? This is an example of here. So this is a really good example of it's been above the 9 moving average all this time, and look what's happened just recently. So this short term, I use this 9 moving average as really short term momentum, but also tell me when the market is likely to be turning, right? So what we also got through here, as you can see, right? Look at this here. What is this here? This is what? A complete false breakout pattern. See that false breakout pattern there? Complete false breakout pattern, right? Complete false breakout pattern. And now, what are we talking about? What are we looking through here? Now, look what's happening. Now we're actually going there and see how the 9 moving average is starting to flatten out now. All this has been strong. That tells me that with the false breakout pattern and the 9 moving average, guess what's that telling you? This move is now done. This move is now done, and now we're expecting to see some pretty strong weakness in the markets. Which, again, traders, I think a lot of people would see that as that poll that I just did a minute ago, saying that, the poll, 67% of people say that the recession is going to happen. I think, and then everyone's going to think, oh, it's going to happen because we're going to get this sell-off through here, and then people are going to freak out. And I think that's just going to be a buying period in the markets from there. Makes sense, traders? So that's what I wanted to share with you there, especially with that short-term momentum through there. And on the basis of looking at momentum here, traders, there's a couple of different momentums that I use, right? There's really a couple, and then one of the big momentums that I use is I use the 52, right, as that sort of momentum there. I use the 9 moving average as well. But when I'm looking at the weekly charts, I'm always looking at the 24. I think the 24 works well for me. Whenever I know it works well for me. So whenever I'm using the weekly charts, which I'm really getting a good gauge of where we're at, I'm always seeing what the overall 24 moving average has been doing. And the reason why I say that is that for sometimes if we have momentum slowing, meaning the moving average is like momentum, right? Look at this here. It's strong. Look what happens. See how it just started to slow down through here? Look at that through there. See how it slows down? So if you try to take a long trade through here, guess what? It's very, very, very risky. Why? Because momentum has slowed down. You don't want to be getting into something when momentum's slowing down, right? That's like you being a surfer and you're jumping on a wave and the wave just dies because there's no momentum, right? No. We don't want that, right? What do we want? We want strong momentum behind us, don't we? We want that momentum. Like let's jump on a really good wave and let the momentum take us. Makes sense? And the purpose of me bringing that up is that because I'm not sure if you guys saw, but look what happened with Flex. Look what happened with Flex today. Big drop. So if I go to the daily charts, look at this here. Down 21, almost 22% on Flex. Now, what was the warning sign to say that this could quite possibly be coming? Now, earnings and all that sort of stuff. Yes, yada, right? And I'm pretty sure that was earnings, right? When coming out to that there. So this one right here, as you can see, if we go to the weekly charts, we can see what's happened. Look at this here, right? See the moving average? This is where, guys, a moving average can tell you so much, right? Look at this here. So we did what? We went strong, and then we started to flatten out. What does that mean? We're now flat, right? There's no momentum behind here. So trying to take a long trade, very, very risky, right? Now look what happened. It went up, and then we just flattened out. So trying to take a long trade here, why? Very, very risky, right? Very, very risky. Now, why is that? It's very risky because, as you can see, flat momentum, right? Flat momentum in the markets from there. It's so important, guys, that whenever we're looking at these markets, right, and we're identifying these patterns, we identify these as, we identify these patterns through here like this. So the really big thing from there, guys, is just keep an eye on the moving averages, because they're just one of the best things you can use, guys, is a moving average. But try to keep it really simple as well. For a higher time frame like the weekly charts, I use the 24. For the daily charts, I like to use 2 moving averages. The first moving average is what's called the 52. We get too far away from the 52, then we can actually see, what's going on there when we get too far away from that. Make sense? So let's go have a look at the mining sector right now. And what's going on with the mining sector? So mining sector come down through here. It's actually, we're getting a very, very, very strong pullback right now. The line in the sand, guys, again, we want to see this thing hold through here. If we don't hold and we continue to break down, especially we've got this real big strong area through where we are right now. If we do not hold this level here, guys, then the mining sector might be getting ready to have a big movement on the downside when we're not creating those higher lows yet. So just looking at the short-term TA of things, we're still squeezing up, but there's actually a bit of weakness coming into this. Looking at silver, I was talking about silver yesterday. I'm like, guys, silver could be setting up for something here. And this is where, what do? We wait for confirmation, don't we, right? We don't just preempt. So yesterday I said, traders, we could be getting ready for a short-term trading opportunity here, or I could be anyway. All I need is what? I need to see this break above this first for me to have an opportunity in the markets. Did we get that? We didn't, right? So this is something for you guys, is that we always wait for confirmation, right? You need to have your trading set up, and then you wait for confirmation for that there. For me, my confirmation is always a breakaway bar off my setup. What is my setup? This is a really simple thing. My setup is what? My setup is basically a L-shaped pattern to a strong 52, and then my entry candle is a large candle. Now this is just the way I trade, guys. This is the way I trade, right? You say, John, that's wrong, blah 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 blah. It's like whatever, right? The way you trade, if you do really well with the way you trade, then keep doing that, right? I'm not saying any other trading approach is wrong. Like, no, I'm just saying that that for me personally is that this is what I've found to work really well. And as you can see, whenever you do that, you get a nice move. Whenever you do that, you get a nice move. You get a nice move. You get a nice move. Look at this here. Look at that beautiful move down there. You get a nice move. You get a nice move. You get a nice move, right? So I'm after that potentially nice move from there. So that's my entry when I'm looking for that. Again, guys, in that free trading course, I teach you all the details of my trading system. Just go get the help, right? So the purpose of me saying that is did we actually get my breakaway candle, right? We didn't get something like this, did we? No. So there was no trade for me on there. And in fact, it's actually breaking back down now towards these lows through here. And that's that low. That's that low point from right there to there. So silver's actually looking now today, looking at that silver there, silver's actually, it went from potentially having a nice breakout to now getting really weak again. Oh, look at that, right? Look at that, look at that, look at that. So looking at gold though, gold is actually still very strong. Look at this here, right? Very nice, strong on the upside. Look at that, beautiful, 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 strong on the upside. So we're still getting a very strong movement on the upside. Gold is much, much, much stronger. We've got this whole resistance level here. So we're definitely squeezing up now into a triangle pattern. If this holds, oh, what? There could be something really amazing happening right now on gold, right? Because if this does hold, and we continue through here, guess what? Now, this is the if scenarios, right? Doesn't mean we're going to. It's like, oh, John said it's definitely going to break up. No, right? No. The if scenarios, right? No one knows what's going to happen. But the if scenario is that if it does hold here and we start to do something like this and we break up, you better believe it, guys. You better believe it. This thing is about to go bonkers. Bonkers, right? Bonkers. It's crazy movement. This thing is, because this thing has been squeezing up for a long time, and it's about to go bonkers from what we're seeing through there. And so this is a really big thing here, traders. And the reason why is, look at this. Look at this. This thing is about to take on some serious price action in the markets. And those who are ready, prepared, study, waiting patiently like the tiger, sitting there, watching the herd, rawr, right? And that comes out, bam, done, right? So looking at this level through here, and so what I'm basically saying there is that those who have been watching and patiently waiting, okay? Patiently waiting. And it's a really, really, really big thing here, traders. I'm actually personally doing a trading challenge with my private clients right now. And this is basically, if I do this here, this is the, if you just do 7 doubles in a row, starting with $1,000, right? So when I say $1,000, that could be like $1,000 option trade, right? Where you might be risking maybe $200-300 of that $1,000, but we're potentially trying to get a double, which is $2,000. And so therefore, if you see that, you can start, if you do that, as you can see, right, you're only 7 good trades away from that. The purpose of me saying that is that you don't need 50 trades. Even if you have a $5,000 trading account, you don't need 50 trades this year to make 6 figures, right? In fact, to make 7 figures, you're only 10 really good trades away. The question is, what are those type of trades that's likely to give you that? Now, no, not every trade is going to be a double. Some trades are going to be 300-400% return. Some trades are going to be 50% return. Some trades are going to be a loss, right? Some small losses in there. But I'm trying to give you a template here of, as you can see, right? I'm trying to help you through, like bit of a plan through there. And the reason I'm saying this because I've actually just opened up an account right now. I've got an account right now as I speak of I've just opened up a brand new account of 2,500. I'm doing this on top of my much larger account that I've got, but 2,500. And guess what? My very first goal throughout this year is to do what? Is to do that into 7 figures from it. And again, I'm doing this live every day in front of my private clients. So every day I'm looking at the markets and I'm patiently waiting. I'm not looking to trade every day. I'm looking to patiently wait. And again, this is what I'm doing. So a 2,500 account. My first goal is to grow it into 6 figures. And then that's my first goal. And then my second goal is to then take that account into over $1 million. And I'm pretty confident by the end of this year, which is 365 days, I'm pretty confident through all the different types of trading I do, which is on the stock market and some other markets as well too. I'm really, really, really confident that I will at least get to this one here, at least there. Again, I'm only 7 good trades away. And that's the whole thing there. And the purpose of me bringing this up here, guys, with this video here is because I really want to give you guys a bit of a template that if you have this approach where you want to be trading every day, I want to try to make, I'm going to get in here to try to make a little bit of profit here, a little bit of profit. No, let's actually bring this, let's be professional about this. What are the setups that's likely to do really well for you? Now, you never know how well these trades are going to be. That's why I'm saying some trades could be a double, some trades not. Again, guys, in that free trading course, guys, I teach you the trading system that I use, but I'm trying to share with you here that you're only 7 good trades away. What are for you? And if you don't know, this is where you need to be, right? What are the type of setups for you that are likely to do at least a double, right? At least a double. Now, the reason why I say at least a double is because if there's some setups, there's setups here, like this bottom one down here, that when we do get this setup, as you can see, look at this here. So this was the entry candle right here. That was the entry candle right there. And then look at the move that came through there. We're talking about hundreds of % return. Not just a little bit return. If this was a stock trade, this stock trade would have lasted 3 to 4 weeks and you would have generated easily over 500% return. That's what I'm talking about. How many of these do you set up? What does it look like? This is when the power comes involved with it, right? It's like at the end of this year, if you want to have at least 6 figures in your account, starting small, what do you do? What do you do? What are the setups? How do you qualify that in real time? And then on top of that, it's just all about just going through the motions every single day by day by day. And I want to bring this up here to show you that you're actually not that far away. And I'm proving people can do this. I'm actually doing this again with my private clients right now. And again, I've got a $2,500 trading account right now. And then my trading is going to start to trade this. And my goal is to grow that into 6 figures. I'm going to document all the trades. And then my goal is, that's my first goal. And then my second goal, which my goal is probably by the end of this year, is to eventually turn it into over $1 million. Starting with that, I'm going to document the whole journey. Again, I do that in front of my private clients every single day the market's open there. So this is what I wanted to share with you today, guys. Make sure that, as we can see, we're just waiting and identifying. We don't need 50 trades this year. We just need to firstly identify that we're only really a good maybe 10, 20 trades away from making a really good income this year, right? Out of the actual trading. Secondly, you don't need a lot of time, right? Full-time trading really is, once you understand the markets, is only maybe an hour or 2 per day. That's all you really need, guys. You don't need to sit in front of the screen. Like for me personally, with my stock market trading that I do with my private clients, guess what? I'm only there for half an hour a day, maybe an hour, because I'm there coaching and helping them answering questions. But that's all I'm there. When I'm looking at the Forex and futures markets, I'm only there for an hour or so per day, right? So you don't need to be spending a lot of time. In fact, if you do, that's not what it's all about from there. And just being patiently waiting for really good, high quality setups, guys. I promise you, this is where it's going to really, really, really kick some butt for you. So guys, if you really do need some help with your trading, my last almost 20 years now of trading the markets, I've put that in that free trading course, guys. Grab that link in the description there, guys. Go get access to that. I teach you my trading system. I teach you the techniques and the things you need to learn. So even if you can't afford my coaching, which I can say that moving forward for you, the whole thing about that trading course is there to really, really, really help you out. Anyway, traders, this is a bit of a finish for the video for you. Please be patient, guys. Set yourself up for success this year. I promise you, you can do this.